Chapter 5 The Dragon Fields. There was yelling, clattering metal, but they had to get away. Drake had no idea where they were going, nor did Haru or Julia. He realized that this adventure of his could very well be a lot more dangerous than he thought. He now knew what creatures lived in the mythical world, but had never given a thought to the monstrous and dangerous creatures living in Dragonia. After they were too far to still hear the terrible sounds that came from Perseus, they were able to see open fields in the distance. They heard a loud roar coming from in the distance. When they reached the end of the forest, they landed on the grassy plains. Soon enough they saw what was roaring. Dragons. Dozens of dragons spread all across the land. Wow, Drake said. He was flabbergasted, not knowing what to say. Not a lot of people have managed to acquire a dragon, Chop spoke. They look at your aura, your standards, and if your values are like theirs. Be careful while approaching them. They're not always trusting for a good reason. Drake is looking around, still amazed. Is there one that calls to you, Drake? I feel like maybe you do have a shot here. Drake hears something. He looks behind him. Drake, here, we can help each other. He starts walking towards one of the dragons. Yes, this one does, Drake says. Really? Chop says, surprised. The dragon that talked was staring at Drake. I can aid you in the war against Mordor, the dragon spoke. Chop, Drake said. I didn't know dragons could talk. They can't, Chop answered. But he is talking to me. Wait, could it be? This one says he'll aid me in the war, so I suppose I'll choose him? Put your hands on his head, but slowly he might attack. Drake raised his arm and put his hand on the dragon's head. The dragon accepted Drake, and he lowered and bowed for him. I knew it, Chop said. After years of war, we finally have a dragon rider on our side again. Come on, you command him now. He will listen to you. Drake climbed onto the dragon's back. The creature started flapping with his massive wings and rose up into the sky. Drake, go check on the village, Chop shouted. Will do, Drake shouted back. Okay, to the forest. Does that work? It was like the dragon knew exactly what Drake wanted, and right away the creature flew into the direction of the village. You understood. Wow. Perseus was close by for a dragon. Oh, there it is already. You're fast. That was the last one of the elves shouted. Spread across the village, Drake saw dead giant spiders lying on their back. Most were still impaled by spears. He also saw dead ravens struck by arrows. But besides the dark creatures, several humans lied on the ground, motionless. They were all dressed in dark cloth, so Drake assumed they were Mordor's followers, which they were. Perseus seemed to have won the fight, as Drake didn't spot any dead elves or dwarves. If their lives were lost, the bodies weren't in his sight. The village seems okay, let's go back. Again, the dragon did exactly what Drake said. He flew back towards the others and landed when they reached the plains. Drake started talking after he dismounted the dragon. Perseus is okay. They just managed to kill the last spiders. Spiders? Julia said. Giant ones. Giant spiders? You've got to be kidding me. Drake forgot to mention any of the other attackers. The spiders were bad enough. At least the village is okay. That's good to hear, Chop said. Thank you, Drake. Yeah, of course. Chop, then he said. Where's John? John? I don't know. Now that I think about it, last time I saw him was right after we landed here. Oh well, he'll be fine. We have to go. There! Suddenly a new voice came from the edge of the forest. There's the boy! Followers of Mordor! Quickly, go! Go! Chop shouted. Drake, Haru, and Julia climbed on top of their mounts. The dwarves and arrows followed. Haru had a little trouble with getting the hippogriff to lift off, but because of the danger, the creature did lift off in time, and they all managed to get away. Wait a second, Chop said. That's John. Why? John, you betrayed us. Everyone wanted to get away as soon as possible. Shortly after rising up, they made some distance between them and the followers of Mordor and John. They flew away from the dragon fields. Drake realized that he had been discovered, that they were betrayed. He wasn't safe anymore and would now be hunted. As well, he realized how much responsibility he now had. He was even a little afraid. He did realize his life took a positive turn, a more adventurous one. But for what price? Drake did not know what his next steps had to be. As they flew, Drake looked at where they were, and how his dragon majestically carried them through the beds of clouds.